and the Trojan War, a story for the ages, a tale of love, betrayal, and epic battles. For millennia, it has captivated our imaginations, a timeless drama played out on the shores of a distant past. But what is it about this ancient conflict that continues to resonate with us today? Perhaps it is the sheer scale of the war, a clash of civilizations that spanned a decade. Or maybe it is the legendary heroes who fought and died on the plains of Troy: Achilles, Hector, Odysseus. Their names etched in the annals of mythology. Whatever the reason, the Trojan War retains its power to transport us to a world of gods and monsters, of love and loss, of courage and sacrifice. The story of Troy is a tapestry woven from history and myth. Was there truly a city named Troy, its walls breached by a cunning stratagem? Did a woman named Helen spark a conflict that would consume nations? These questions have tantalized historians and archaeologists for centuries. The Trojan War stands as a potent reminder of the enduring power of stories. Imagine a wedding feast disrupted, not by a drunken uncle but by a goddess bearing a golden apple. This is how the Trojan War begins, with an act of divine mischief. Eris, the goddess of discord, throws the apple inscribed for the fairest amongst the assembled goddesses. Hera, Athena, and Aphrodite each claim the prize. Their vanity leads them to Zeus, king of the gods, to decide the rightful recipient. Zeus, wise enough to avoid such a no-win situation, delegates the judgment to a mortal, Paris, prince of Troy. Each goddess offers Paris a bribe: Hera, power over nations; Athena, wisdom and skill in war; Aphrodite, the love of the most beautiful woman in the world; Helen, wife of Menelaus, king of Sparta. Paris, blinded by desire, chooses Aphrodite's gift, setting in motion the chain of events that will lead to war. His choice, driven by lust and ambition, will have far-reaching consequences not just for himself but for entire civilizations. The abduction of Helen by Paris ignites the flames of war. Menelaus, enraged and humiliated, calls upon his brother Agamemnon, king of Mycenae, to assemble a vast Greek army. 1,000 ships set sail across the Aegean Sea, carrying with them some of the greatest heroes of Greek legend: Achilles, the swift-footed warrior with a tragic destiny; Odysseus, known for his cunning and guile; Ajax the Great, a mighty warrior of immense strength. The stage is set for a clash of titans. For 10 long years, the Greeks lay siege to Troy, their armies clashing beneath the imposing city walls. The plains outside Troy become a stage for legendary duels and acts of extraordinary heroism. Achilles, fueled by rage and grief after the death of his beloved Patroclus, cuts a swath through the Trojan ranks, his fury seemingly unstoppable. Hector, the noble prince of Troy and their greatest warrior, emerges as the only one capable of challenging Achilles' might. Their fateful duel, a clash of heroes destined for tragedy, remains one of the most iconic moments in the Trojan War epic. The Trojan War was not merely a conflict between mortals. The gods themselves took sides, their interventions shaping the course of the war. Aphrodite, having promised Paris Helen's love, protects him and Troy from the worst of the Greek assault. Hera and Athena, still harboring resentment from the judgment of Paris, throw their support behind the Greeks. Poseidon, god of the sea, sends storms to batter the Greek fleet. Ares, god of war, revels in the bloodshed, while his sister Athena guides the Greek heroes towards victory. The gods' involvement often takes the form of direct intervention on the battlefield, turning the tide of battle, shielding their favored heroes, or even engaging in duels with each other. Their actions, driven by petty jealousies, ancient grudges, and personal attachments, add another layer of complexity to the war. The mortals below become pawns in a larger game played by the gods, their fates subject to the whims of the divine. Section 5. The Fall of Troy, a city in ruins. After 10 years of relentless siege, the Greeks finally devise a cunning plan to breach the walls of Troy. The plan, conceived by the wily Odysseus, involves constructing a giant wooden horse, an offering of peace to the Trojans. Unaware of the Greeks hiding within its hollow belly, the Trojans, believing the war to be over, celebrate their apparent victory and drag the horse within their city walls. As night falls and the city sleeps, the Greeks emerge from their wooden hiding place. They open the city gates for their comrades who have silently returned under cover of darkness. The Greeks, their hearts filled with vengeance, unleash a wave of destruction upon the unsuspecting city. Troy, once thought impregnable, falls in a single night of carnage and fire. The streets run red with blood as men, women, and children are put to the sword. The great city of Troy, its magnificent palaces and temples, is reduced to smoldering ruins. Section 6. The legacy of Troy echoes through time. The Trojan War, despite its ancient origins, continues to resonate deeply within our collective imagination. The echoes of this epic conflict can be felt across millennia, its themes and characters woven into the fabric of Western literature, art, and culture. The story of Troy, passed down through generations, has served as a cautionary tale about the destructive power of war, the perils of unchecked ambition, and the enduring strength of the human spirit. The war's legacy extends far beyond the battlefield. It has inspired countless works of art, literature, and music, from Homer's epic poems, the Iliad and the Odyssey, to Shakespeare's Troilus and Cressida, to modern cinematic interpretations. The characters of the Trojan War, Achilles, Hector, Helen, Odysseus, have become archetypes, their names synonymous with courage, honor, beauty, and cunning. Section 7. The Trojan War in Art and Literature. The Trojan War has provided a rich tapestry of stories and characters that have captivated artists and writers for centuries. From ancient Greek pottery depicting scenes of battle and heroism, to Renaissance paintings immortalizing the beauty of Helen and the tragedy of Troy's fall. The war has been a constant source of inspiration. Literary masterpieces like Homer's Iliad and Odyssey, Virgil's Aeneid, and Euripides' Trojan Women have explored the war's themes of love, loss, revenge, and the fickle hand of fate, ensuring that the legend of Troy continues to resonate with audiences across the ages. These works of art and literature not only preserve the memory of the Trojan War, but also offer unique perspectives on the human condition. They explore the complexities of war, the motivations of those who wage it, and the devastating consequences for both victor and vanquished. Through the lens of the Trojan War, artists and writers have grappled with timeless questions about fate, free will, love, loss, and the meaning of human existence. Section 8. The search for Troy, history or myth. For centuries, the Trojan War was considered nothing more than a captivating myth, a product of the ancient imagination. However, in the 19th century, an adventurous archaeologist named Heinrich Schliemann set out to prove the existence of Troy. Guided by the descriptions in Homer's epics, Schliemann excavated a site in modern-day Turkey, uncovering the ruins of an ancient city that matched many of the details described in the Iliad. While there is still debate among historians and archaeologists about the exact connection between the archaeological site and the legendary city, the discovery of Troy sent shockwaves through the academic world. It demonstrated the potential for ancient myths to hold a kernel of historical truth and sparked a renewed interest in the Trojan War and its place in history. Section 9. Conclusion: the enduring power of the Trojan War. The Trojan War, a tale woven from history and myth, continues to captivate our imaginations. Whether we view it as a historical event, a literary masterpiece, or a cautionary tale, the story of Troy retains its power to transport us to a world of gods and monsters, of love and loss, of courage and sacrifice. The echoes of this epic conflict can be felt across millennia, reminding us of the enduring power of stories to connect us to our shared human heritage. The Trojan War reminds us that even the greatest civilizations can fall, that even the most powerful heroes are subject to fate, and that the choices we make, however small, can have far-reaching consequences. It is a story that continues to resonate with us today, reminding us of the timeless themes that bind us: love, loss, revenge, and the fickle hand of fate, and the enduring power of the human spirit to persevere in the face of adversity.